Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime. My name is Miss Laura and I'm here at the Castlegar and District Public Library. And today we're going to read a couple of books, do a couple of songs, and do a felt story as well. So I hope that you'll join me and get really comfy wherever you're sitting. And we are going to start with a welcome song, Dance Your Fingers. So get your fingers all wiggly like this. Dance your fingers up and dance your fingers down. Dance your fingers to the side and dance them all around. Dance them on your shoulders, dance them on your head. Dance them on your tummy and tuck them into bed. Great job. We are going to start with our first book today, which is called Hello Crow by Candace Savage. Franny was a dreamer. That's what her dad said. A dreamer didn't think about what she was doing and left things in a mess. If only you would learn to pay attention, he said. What am I going to do with you, my Franny Featherhead? But Franny was paying attention. She was watching the shadows of the tree outside the window dance around the room. She was listening to the cries of the birds in the branches, calling her to come outside into the big, wild world. Here you go, her dad said, with a sigh, and kissed the top of her head. A little something for your adventure. Franny skipped down the steps and into the bright morning air. Every bug, every leaf, every petal was shimmering with wonder. After a while, she sat on her favorite rock and started to eat her lunch. Crumbs went flying in every direction, but she didn't notice them. She was too busy watching the big black bird that was coming toward her. The bird kept waddling closer. Hop, hop, stop. Hop, hop. Whenever he stopped, he tilted his head and looked at Franny. He looked at the crumbs around her feet. Closer he hopped, and closer. Franny sat completely still. She hardly dared to breathe. He was so close she could have reached over and touched his wings, but she didn't. Hello, Crow, she whispered, because she knew that's who he was. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. When the crow had poked and prodded in the grass and eaten every last crumb, he fixed one round eye on Franny and gave her a little nod. Then, with a rustling of feathers, he leaped into the sky and was gone. He is beautiful and shiny, she told her dad that evening, and he's my friend, and he likes sandwiches same as me, and you should come meet him, and... Her dad looked up from what he was doing. Where do you get all these feather-brained ideas? He asked, and ruffled her hair. You know as well as I do that you can't have a crow as a friend. Now go take off those muddy shoes and get ready for dinner. The next morning, Franny had a problem. She was going to need 2 sandwiches, one for herself and one for the crow. But she knew without asking that her father would say no. I'll make my own lunch this morning, she said. And don't worry, I won't make a mess. Franny was dressed and ready to go by the time her dad got up. Franny thought of a dozen different ways to pass the time while she waited, but there was no sign of her friend. After a while, she sat on her rock and ate her lunch alone. And then suddenly, there he was, rushing towards her, not hopping this time, but flying, swooping low across the lawn. He landed with a thump and a flourish right beside her. Caw, caw, shouted the crow with a little bow. Caw, caw, shouted Franny. I'm happy to see you too." From then on, every day was full of surprises. When Franny told her dad about everything that had happened, he laughed and gave her a little hug. "And then I suppose you flapped your wings and flew away with him." "No, Dad, listen to me," she protested. But he didn't seem to hear. How would she ever get him to believe her? And then the crow did something so wonderful that even Franny could hardly believe it was true. He brought her a gift. He left it on top of her favorite rock where she was sure to find it. Next came a red bead. A few days later, a green pebble. Then a tiny silver heart. One by one, Franny gathered up all her presents and carried them home with her. "It is simple," she told her father. "Crow loves me, and I love him too. And that's why he brings me presents, and—" But her dad just shook his head. "I don't know where you found all this trash," he said wearily. "But this silliness has got to stop." Franny drew herself up to full height and folded her arms across her chest. "These are treasures, not trash," she said firmly. "You need to come with me. I'm going to prove to you that my new friend is real." So Franny took her dad by the hand and half led and half dragged him to her favorite rock. "Come on, Crow," she thought to herself. "This is important." They waited and waited. "That's it," her father said at last. "Come on, time to go. I know you want to believe." But before he could say another word, a glossy black bird came swooping down out of nowhere and landed, plop, on Franny's head. "Hello, Crow," said Franny. "My word," said her father. From that moment on, Franny's dad did his best to pay attention to what she said. "And Franny, I'm sorry I called you a featherhead." "Oh, don't be sorry," she reassured him. "I like being a featherhead, just like my new friend." "Caw, caw, caw," shouted the crow. "See, he agrees," said Franny, and she and her dad both laughed. The end. Next, we're going to do a quick, fun song. This song is by Charlotte Diamond, and it is called Slippery Fish. We're going to do the actions first, and then we're going to do it here on the felt board, and you can practice your actions again, because we need to get our fishies all ready. Okay, here we go. A slippery fish, swimming in the water. A slippery fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by an octopus, wiggling in the water. An octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a tuna fish, flashing in the water. A tuna fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. A great white shark, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a humongous whale, spouting in the water. humongous whale, humongous whale. Go, 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 burp. Oh no, he says, excuse me. Okay, are you ready to try it as a felt story? And remember, you can do all the actions along with me while I do the felt story, okay? All right, here we go. A slippery fish, swimming in the water. A slippery fish, Go, go, go. Oh no! It was eaten by an octopus, wiggling in the water. An octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It was eaten by a tuna fish, flashing in the water. A tuna fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it was eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. A great white shark, Gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, it was eaten by a humongous whale, spouting in the water. Humongous whale, gulp, 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 burp. What does the whale say again? Do you remember? He goes, excuse me. That's right. Okay, we're ready for another book. Our book coming up next is called Sea Otter Pup by Victoria Miles. There is a forest of seaweed in the ocean. It is a forest of kelp. At the bottom of the kelp forest, Mother Sea Otter searches for food. High above, her pup is waiting. He is wrapped in a piece of kelp, so he can't drift away while Mother is down below. He bobs, floating on his back in the cold waves, holding his front paws and hind flippers above the water to keep them dry. Pup is hungry. He is anxious for Mother to return and begins to make sounds to call for her. Pup's voice sounds like the cry of the gulls that soar high above him in the sky. Suddenly, Mother pops her head back above the waters. She swims to Pup and tucks him under her arm. Then she rolls over onto her back, and Pup lies on her chest. Mother has 2 purple sea urchins for them to share. Pup is so hungry, he snatches one of the urchins from her paws. He opens his jaw as wide as he can and bites. Yipe! Cries Pup. The sea urchin's spines are sharp. They hurt his mouth. Pup watches his mother. She is more careful. Purple urchins are her favorite food, and she knows just how to eat them. Using her teeth, she cracks open the hard shell and slurps out the tiny urchin. She shares a piece with Pup as he gobbles it all down. There we go. Eating sea urchins is messy. Mother and Pup must wash. Mother sets Pup aside and somersaults once, twice, 3 times under the ocean waves. Then she washes herself. Pup tries to copy her. He rubs his head with his paws and pulls at his fur. When Mother is finished with her own grooming, she squeezes the water out of Pup's fur. She combs him with her claws and fluffs him all over. Pup yawns. The afternoon sun is warm and he snuggles closer against Mother's chest. In a moment, he is fast asleep. Pup does not sleep for long. He is hungry again, and Mother must leave him to dive for food. They wash after every meal. Mother helps Pup, sometimes grooms him while he is asleep. She will dive many more times throughout the days and nights to find the urchins, crabs, and mollusks she needs to feed them both. Soon Pup will begin to follow her deep down below the waves, and he will learn to find food for himself. The end. That's it, friends. That's our last story for the day. So we are going to do a quick goodbye song because it's already time to say goodbye for this week. So our goodbye song is called We Wave Goodbye Like This, and I need you to get your goodbye hand ready. This song is from Sunflower Storytime, and it goes to the tune of The Farmer in the Dell. Okay, here we go. We wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends, we wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this, we wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends, we wave goodbye like this. Goodbye, my friends, and I'll see you next time.